Yeah.
Let's go. Hello, everyone. My name is Ofenseman Chidi. I'm the founder of a company called Neobreed, and I work with with entrepreneurs. I manage entrepreneurs marketing, campaigns, marketing, activities within their businesses. And within our business, we have a podcast called human centricity in the neo world, where me and my good friend Michael just have a sit down and have a conversation around whatever is going on in the world, in business, in nature, in life, because I think none of us, have the answers. All of us are on a journey to find
Hmm.
those answers for ourselves, for our families, for our communities, and for everyone that we interact with on a daily basis. So this podcast is just, it's just to allow people to come out of their comfort zones, to come out of their whatever knowledge, shacks or whatever knowledge shackles they're in. We're just going to have these conversations between me and my friend Marco, and just to really enlighten perhaps, some people that might be going through a rough patch in their
Hmm.
lives, those that are going through right patches in their lives, but they just wanna hear a different perspective around how other people are experiencing life, and also how people in the world are interacting with each other outside of business, perhaps, and outside of life, outside of everything else. So we're going to be taking different turns and twists in this conversation, and we hope that you can just be with us in this conversation, and perhaps you might learn something, and you might learn something from you as a result. So Michael is I'll just allow Michael just introduce himself to you guys, just so you can get to know him and understand his work and his purpose in this world. Hey Michael, how you doing?
I'm good. Thanks so much, Vincent, to give me the right, to give me the canvas that I can paint a little, because I'm an artist,
Yeah,
and yes, I am extreme. I was born a sick child. I had 200 doctors and healers trying to heal me. Couldn't. I
yeah,
went to school, found out I'm total neurodiverse. So basically, I'm not an expert. I'm not an authority. I'm just a human being. I am Michael, and I talk to the people that really. I love talking to you, Offense, because you're such so human. Because it's really the humanity. That's why we called it podcast that way, because
yeah,
human
yeah,
created system, all system. We created New York, we created Paris, we created Singapore, we created Google, we created Apple. That's a bunch of humans, not one person, not Steve Jobs.
yeah,
It's the collective. We are artists. Every one of us
yeah,
is an artist, and he
of
can
course.
contribute to us. And then when
Yeah,
the time is right and everything aligns, all the stars align, we create something. We start with
yeah,
a podcast, but perhaps we have a big show in 10 years, but perhaps we don't. It doesn't really
yeah.
matter, because
It doesn't
we
really matter.
enjoy dancing with each other, right?
Yeah,
The biggest.
yeah,
When you feel good, you know you're on the right track. You're on,
yeah, yeah,
and it's not
yeah,
feeling good just eating till you can't eat anymore. No, it's just I'm fulfilled with this. I'm fulfilled. I don't need something else. I cannot be happier than talking to you. If there would be something else. I wouldn't talk to you.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah. I mean, like I always say to people that, if you're someone who is really open, someone who is always on a journey of trying to find out, the better version of themselves. And for Steve Jobs to come out of whatever mountain he was, in, and to create such an amazing product, such as Apple, and other products that he created, he had to at some point, leave his comfort zone. He had to at some point, leave whatever worldly, desires he had to accomplish at the time. Of course, For him to start the business, he wanted to accomplish those desires and even more, but he had to make certain sacrifices for him to get to that point.
Yeah.
So in this conversation between me and you, I just want us to be really vulnerable, because I feel like
Yeah.
vulnerability is something that is so neglected in the world, and it's not taken care of. So like I just want us to really be like, I know that having had multiple conversations with you, is that you love nature, you love connecting with the natural world, you love for people to also connect that natural world, to get that feeling, and to also at the same time find themselves in that feeling. Who knows, they might create even greater things if they can find themselves, if they can find who they are outside of whatever worldly desires or whatever worldly fulfillments that you need to fulfill. I want us to get to that point where we just connect with the natural world, and then ultimately, I think if we can connect to the universe, to the natural world, I think that everything else will flow onto us. Perhaps, who knows, through this conversation, someone might get a call and say, hey man, I've been looking to have you come in and work with us, just by listening to this conversation, because we have connected them with the natural world. So I think if we can get to that point between me and you, I think we might have done something good in the world.
Yeah. All my successes in my life, Fence, all my successes, I couldn't control. I have not controlled. It's like I want to be tomorrow an arts commissioner, and I've been elected as an arts commissioner. Yeah. If I say I want to be an arts commissioner tomorrow, would never be any chance that I could do it, because I might be lucky, but it happens. When I worked with Robert Evans, who did The Godfather and whatever, they came to me and said, do you want to work with us? And I wasn't even in the film. I wasn't even in that. I was interested. I watched movies like everybody else. That's why I'm saying everything is possible. And it's not, when you listen, because I studied success a lot. And everyone that is successful, because there's so many books out, you've read also, there's so many books about success, and everyone has a different perspective. Because I come back to what we always say, we have 8 billion people, but they're all one of one. Plus, so we are, from the science, we have different DNA, different eyes, different ears, but also we have a different perspective on life. And I always say, look at your family. Your family should be all the same, but they all look at life differently. And what happens is, there is no formula for success, even though people sell you. The coaches say, I'm going to make you successful, And that's why you do these 3 things. And people want to just follow orders because they're so overwhelmed, and they want to make some money. They said, tell me 3 points or 5 points, and think. And it's not about that. It's not about that. It's about you sensing, first of all, you understanding that you're one of one. The second one is you are part of nature. So you can't segregate from nature. You are a part of it. And the system is not more important than your nature. So that should make you clear. That makes you clear. And we have given that document to our other shows about the human centricity versus system relevance. System is it's always our game. It's the game we play. I say, oh, here's a chess. Let's let's play. Let's play chess with each other. But that's not life. You need to eat. You can play chess, but you need to eat. You need to sleep. That's your human stuff. So I think that the uh, I think that no matter where you are, when you segregate the human and feel the human, what you mentioned before, you feel the human. That's your flow, like you said it, and it's like the flow of what you're supposed to do. Because when you do certain things, you don't feel good. When I said, "Hey, be in the system and do this," you don't feel good. But when you're in the system and even on earth, and you do something, you feel good, meaning not that you get drunk, not that you get eat a lot, not that you have a lot of money, but you say, oh, I'm seeing I'm worthy. It makes sense. Like right now, I feel very good with you. I wouldn't choose something else, because I say, I get that from you and me, I get the thing that when I feel good, I get the feeling of feeling good with you and talking to you, learning. I wouldn't say, oh, I need to be feeling better. I need to look at something else. No, whatever, when you feel good, you're being in the moment and experience that. When you feel good, when you take a little nap, you need to do that, because you can. I've so often, I've years and years I've done, no, I have to get this done. I have to write this letter. I have to do this. And I made mistakes and everything. When I now have a lot to do and I get tired, I just say, I go sleep. Because when I wake up from that sleep, first of all, I have more solutions that I'm questioning, and I'm faster. I'm so fast to get things done that what I would think takes me a whole day, I've done in an hour. Because I'm balanced. The balance is the natural balance with the unit, like you mentioned before, with the universe, with nature, with God. It says you are a being, not a doing. And when you do the doing, you don't only do the doing that really fulfills you. I'm not saying, you shouldn't wash your clothes, and you don't like doing, but you're doing things because they feel good, So when you have a meeting with one person, you like that person. Like look, we couldn't understand each other, and when we can, we repeat it. You get more of it because you feel it's good. And once you don't feel good anymore, you go somewhere else, because the interaction with humans is so more powerful than learning. You can read all the books in the world. You can do a lot of things by yourself. You can dream by yourself. You can do all this stuff. But it's important, because you are a human being. Nothing can teach you to be human other to interact and dance with humans. You can learn everything in the world. I can be the AI expert, but what does it help me when I don't know what it is to be human?
Mm, 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 mm. There's so much talks in the world around the fact that artificial intelligence, or AIs, they're going to replace humans. They're going to, they're going to cut, workforces. What is your stance around that? Do you think that humans are here to augment human reality, or are they here to cut down human reality, or are they here to perhaps increase human reality? Like, what is your stance around that?
First of all, before AI, we created computers, right? We created computers first before AI. Now, everyone in this world, even 3 years ago or 4 years ago, everybody has computer glitches. There's worldwide computer glitches. Now we created another technology, AI, because there's so many jobs we don't want to do. They don't fulfill us because we are 101. And when you're in the system, you have to be binary. You have to either or, good, bad, right, wrong. Now, when we go into this AI, it should actually help us to simplify our system, because systems get almost more and more and more complicated.
Yeah,
But what you
yeah.
see now, how it's sold to you, it's, oh, offensive. There's AI and you can have a digital assistant, but it is not fixing the glitches, computer glitches. So it's basically you have a wound, and I just put some skin on your wound and say, oh, it's gonna be good. I put a leaf on your thing and don't know what that leaf is or whatever, or I paint over it. I just take a little bit, you cut yourself and I paint over it so it looks like you have no cut. sooner or later it will break through, get infected, and whatever. The same is with computers. If AI wants to be taken seriously, they would fix all the computers that we have that have glitches. Now, I talk to technicians. They say it will never happen because computer technicians live off fixing computers. So they like that the computers are flaws. And AI needs to fix it. And AI doesn't fix it. And they don't want to do it, that it fix it, because as long as computer have faults, they have a job, which we come back to what you and I talked about, our collective belief it's never enough. It needs to be more. And our financial principles that only balance in one side. It's never enough. So what can I financially do that it is enough? It doesn't say that. It because everything has a yin and yang, you know. You can love a person or you can dominate a person. If the person says it's never enough, you always have to give me more love, then if the love is reciprocated or it gives the other person something, that's not love. That is control. So if it's never enough in financial principles, which all systems are run, that's the symptoms that we get with, oh, you know, we have glitches, computer glitches, but now we not fixing with AI super could fix all the computer glitches because it's about technology. No, we just make we replace humans instead of fixing computers. Fix the computers first, then we can talk about assistance and everything else. You know, that's we don't see it right. We always want to sell something more, but nobody has money anymore. Right? There's a few people have very much money, and a lot of people have none. And you cannot create a new thing. Everybody creates new books, and everything is average. Nothing is really a quality. So there's too many products, and no much time that we find the products. You know?
Okay. Yeah. But then companies like Google, companies like Microsoft, companies like Apple, I trust that since they have gained the majority shareholding in terms of deciding where the technology goes. How can a normal person, like an ordinary person like myself, influence such big conglomerates?
Yeah.
Because as much as we can want to fix those systems and those computers, at the end of the day, who am I as Offense Manchidi, based in South Africa? Who am I, to influence a certain shareholder in at Apple or at Microsoft or at
Who are you not? Who are you not, Offense? Who are you not? You are just as the shareholder a one of one. The shareholder plays better than you the game and has more money, but that doesn't make him better. He is one of one. Every shareholder, Elon Musk is one of one. Nobody is better than other humans.
Okay, but then I mean, like for a guy like Elon Musk, once like we have seen that once Elon Musk tweets just one tweet, everyone around the world is going to want to have a say about what Elon Musk has tweeted about. But then if I, take out a tweet or perhaps a reply to Elon Musk's tweets, the response rate won't be the same. But then my question is, how do we then reach a point where, like, if I was to be a good coder, for example, or a good programmer, if I was to be able to create, programs that might enable computers to run effectively with no glitches, how can I then take perhaps my solution and then present it to perhaps investors, to partners, to shareholders that might ultimately lead me to connect with someone at Microsoft or to connect with someone at Apple? How do I then what is that thinking process like? I mean, not everyone gets to have that. How do we then develop our minds and also develop our beings, who we are, so that as we go out and create the solutions, We can create solutions that really can speak to the shareholder of Apple and get them to change whatever glitches that are not working for people,
Yeah.
ordinary people that use these products. Like how do you switch that mind and that thinking?
So this is a really very good question, because number one, the bigger a company gets, the more inflexible it gets. The more you remember, IBM was the biggest thing. Nobody could touch it. Where's IBM now? It's still there, but nobody cares about IBM anymore. It's like I'm not on a bad mouse IBM, but it's like you grow as a system, then you take over other system because you always need to grow, which is it's never enough. Why cannot Google be okay making billions of dollars every day and just be that? And just saying we're making a better system, we're getting out the glitches, make it better for humans, and we just make billions of dollars. Why is that not enough? Why does it need to be 100 billions? Why does it need, like in Apple, trillions? Why? The bigger you get, the more you generalize humanity, and you have to. It's not never going to work. So you're going to grow, and then you have to become cheaper, and then you grow, and you have to become cheaper, and it's just your quality. It's the quantity that's more important than the quality. It's the form that is more valuable than the function. Like the AI, the form. Oh, you have a personal assistant, and he's going to handle everything, while your computers are crashing. What is the point? Yeah, the people don't take the time like you and I to think, because we're not that busy as the shareholders and all that, but they are unconscious because they're so busy that they can sit down and think about it and say, does that feel right or not? So what I would say to a person, like let's say South African company, super. These guys use the AI to fix the glitches. They have a black box where you can see what they did so we can learn, not to give over to AI that it can just go crazy and self-learning. So we have a black box where we can see what happens, so we can actually, like a motor, when something breaks, you can get into the motor and not having a self-healing motor, and you don't even know what the motor is anymore. So if that South African company would be, when you then have people that experience their computer with no glitches. They said, Offensive made a computer that has no glitches. The AI, they use the AI real, what it's supposed to do to make life easier. And if I don't have a glitch, because every computer glitch, people say it's my fault. The computer cannot be thing. It's my fault. But then you turn the computer off and on, and the computer works. So why is that your fault that the computer had a glitch? It's not your fault. So and everybody feels very ashamed, when they have a computer glitch. No, the whole world works and whatever, and everybody has computer glitches. Like everybody feels I'm not good enough. And there's so much better people. They are so much more powerful. No, just be in the moment, work on your stuff. And I think if let's say you create that you use that AI and create it to fix all the computer glitches. If I would then, and you say, Michael, try it. I put it in and said, I will be the best promotion for you, because since Offensive did that to me, gave me this product, I've never had a glitch anymore. I just turn the computer off and on. That's it. My phone doesn't glitch. I don't have glitches in my phone. If you do that, the people that use your program are the best advertising, because when a human says to you, I didn't, I when a human comes as a beautiful woman and you are like, wow, where did I said, yeah, I went to this agency and they hooked me up, and I've never had somebody, I never could find somebody like that. When you see that, you experience that, and she loves me, I love her. What do you think? If you say I have a computer that's perfect, that all of a sudden has no glitches, and everybody has glitches, they want to have the computer that doesn't have the quality. They want the quality, not the quantity. And that's how
Mm,
you
mm,
grow,
mm.
you know?
none of us want to use, something that is not working. You
Exactly.
know, like if I want to go to LinkedIn, for example, and I
Yeah.
want to connect with someone else, and through me interacting with that person, I get to learn that this person just said that they are the founder, or perhaps they're the executive at a company. But my conversation with them, I can simply tell that this person doesn't have any clue
Yeah.
about about running a business, and yet they said that they're an executive. It's similar
Yeah.
to running a program.
Yeah.
I think many coders or many programmers might connect a lot with this. That I might create an application, but then once I go and run that application, whatever output that I was anticipating might not come out as I was anticipating it. So then I think that also applies to everything in life. It applies to business, that you don't always get what you want, you know. But then so I was having a conversation with someone else, and they were telling me that, hey man, like you need to create what you want. So then like my question is, how do you then like do you really know yourself to that level that you can create something that you truly want, or you're going to again create something that you think you might be needing at the time, only to find that you don't really need that because
Yeah.
you have something similar. Someone has done it, someone has accomplished it. All you need to do is just to simply perhaps copy and paste it, or
Yeah.
just take it raw as it is and apply it in your life. You don't have to go out
Yeah.
and create it. So then how do you then center yourself around that, and at the same time be connected to yourself, your true self,
Yeah.
to your authentic self, to who you're supposed to be in life, who you're supposed to be in business, who you're supposed to be with your family, with
Hmm.
friends. Because I think many of us have multiple, I don't know, perspective, appearances, that we appear different to different people. And of course, it's important, you need to always continuously reinvent yourself. You need to continuously invest in yourself. But then, I think, like with this, like my question is, I'm a youngster. I'm in my 20s, approaching late. Early 30s. Like I'm always near 30. And then, of course, in my age bracket, you know, many of us have so many questions around how to lead our lives, because we like none of us have it figured out. I trust that for people like you who are much older than I am, they might have seen things that I might not have seen, and perhaps having a conversation with you, just having a sit down with you, and just getting to understand what goes on in your mind, what goes on in your life. I think I can connect with you that way. And
Hmm.
then once I've connected with you, how do I then, I myself, find a solution to whatever problem that I'm going through, or find something that can enable me to lead a fulfilling life, to lead a
Hmm.
really a cool life, a life that I can be proud of. Like how do you connect to your inner self to find those solutions?
I think the one say, first of all, I don't listen to system relevance because that's not human. System relevance is a binary life. I understand it. I try to learn from it. Try to. It's like learning a game. System relevance is learning a game versus human centricity is living a life. And when we think our human centricity, our one of oneness is dependent on the system relevance, we're wrong. We created systems. So when you connect with a human, that's the value. That's what you learn. The human shows you perspectives. For example, I show you that because I was in leadership of stuff, of companies and systems. I was system relevant, and I don't want to be system relevant anymore. I'm not changing my image. I invest in me, but I'm not changing my image. I'm talking to everybody the same. It doesn't matter if it's a CEO, if it's a priest, if it's a superstar. I talk to everybody the same. because I have retrained myself to look at everybody and say, okay, this is wonderful. Offense is one of 8 billion people, and I'm listening to him. I'm listening to him and try to understand him. And when I dance with another one of one, I'm opening my perspective, and that's the true learning. Not I'm reading a book. Reading a book is outdated tomorrow. But if I talk to another human, I'm opening my perspective. And that's how you find yourself, because you all of a sudden say, no, I thought that leaders are always the greatest. No, leaders cannot be always the greatest. They cannot. The longer a leader is a leader, the less he knows. It just is. He doesn't know more. This is the big, horror dream, nightmare. The nightmare is because we want to be leaders. We want to be successful. We want to be this. Because the false promise is when you get there, you finally can be the one of one. You can be you and do it on your choices. Do your decision and live your life and enjoy your life. But the opposite is true. You get into this position, and when you're in this position, you see it. You just have to look at it. I saw Elon Musk today in China. He had conversations in China. I looked at his face, and I said, I don't never want to be him. Never, never. And I think I like him. He's very smart. He's a good human. He's like one of all of us, and he wants to do good too. But when you are up there, you have to be chess playing and not being a human. And when you chess play, always, you're not enjoying life. When you play one-time chess, say, hey, let's play around the chess, and we're laughing. And it's not about winning or losing. It's just we're laughing, having fun. He's a chess player, and he has to be the master. It's always who is the master and things. So the absolute domination, which is so anti-human. It's not like you and I can work together like we do here. We create something together in the moment and enjoy it. It's like, no, we have to dominate this, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And the people believe from the bottom, the poor people, when they get up, they're happy. So my question is to you, why are the people that get the money in the lottery or somebody gives them a lot of money losing it? Because they thought whatever it did, they're not losing it because they're stupid. They're losing it because they thought money will make him happy. And when money doesn't make him happy, and when a success doesn't make you happy, then you lose it right away. But if you're not getting it, you stay in that position, and then you slowly get it more and more, and say, oh my God, I can never go to normal humans. I can never have a discussion with friends anymore. I cannot have a conversation because I can't relate to you with my 6 senses. I cannot relate to your feelings. I cannot, because I'm only system relevant. I'm a cog in the wheel. I'm playing chess. I can only look at life through playing chess, or through about the chess of money. Or power or success. I can only look at life at that. So how can you be fulfilled by that? Otherwise, there wouldn't be people that kill themselves when they're rich. They wouldn't freak out. They wouldn't do, and rich people making crazy things. They're not normal. They're not enjoying. Nobody on the bottom does such crazy things that rich people do, because it's very hard to be in that thing. I'm not saying you shouldn't have money, but to be so much higher than anybody else in an artificial systems that we created, like systems, our government, our politics, our businesses, our super companies, it's not human. It's not natural. You can have a company. You don't have to be Google. And everybody today doesn't even enjoy to have a good company. They said, I want to be Google. I want to be Apple. I want to be United States. I want to be this. No, that's not a good drive. You want to be you and dance with other humans and be fulfilled and sit down and talk to you, have a beer, have a little good food, enjoy the food, share the stories. Because in sharing the stories, what we're doing now, that's the wisdom. That's what makes you stronger, me stronger. It doesn't make, even if I talk more than you, it doesn't make only you stronger. It makes us both, because I'm not looking at you that I'm authority or whatever. I'm older than you, but that doesn't mean either. I could be stupider than you, much stupider, because age doesn't. This is the age. When you're old, you can't do this anymore. It's all systemic. I know people that are old, they are super. I've never felt so good in my life. I'm 65. I felt my whole life horrible because I tried to be system relevant. I tried to be the chess player. I tried to do this because I denied my one of oneness. And now I'm happy. And what is it? What's the difference? If I'm fulfilled, if I can only be fulfilled with a Rolls Royce, but if I'm fulfilled without a Rolls Royce, why do I need a Rolls Royce? Then a Rolls Royce, I can have a Rolls Royce, but it's much. It doesn't have that pull anymore that I can only be because I have a house, I have a beautiful woman, I have this and all that. It can only be that. You have to be happy by yourself to expand the happiness. It says, yeah, I'm happy, very happy, and I think a beautiful woman would be great. A Rolls Royce would be great, a Porsche, or that's the difference. You see, it comes from you always. It always comes from you. If you cannot be happy by that or poor, you're never gonna enjoy the richness. Never. You never enjoy the richness if you cannot be happy when you're poor.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. You can never be happy if you're poor.
No, you can. You're not.
Yeah.
If you say I'm poor, that's why you have to be happy, because I've learned that my whole life. I was poor my whole life, and I learned. I was on the streets 3 times. So when you learn that, there's no difference actually if you have money or be system relevant or not. It's you that needs to feel fulfilled. And if I cannot, when I'm poor and I get some good food, like a little bit, oh my God, when you haven't eaten for a day or two, and then you get just a little banana or just a little thing, not even expensive stuff. Oh my God, what experience, fulfillment. You taste everything. It's like when you're really working hard and drink a cold beer. It's just, there's so much feeling in that, not that you drink alcohol and get drunk. So, but that you sweating and whatever, and then you drink a good drink, not a sugar water or something. Just you drink a beer or something. It's just, or a glass of water. It can't even be a water. You're working hard and you're sweating, and then somebody gives you a cold thing of water. It's just, there's so much in the simplest thing is so much. But if you can't enjoy that, what do you think money is going to make you feel? It doesn't make you feel. You imagine that money makes you feel, and then money doesn't do that, and success doesn't do it. Why should it be successful?
I was listening to a podcast with someone else who was very wealthy, and and they were saying that before they became wealthy, they were very much happy with their lives.
Yeah.
Once they had the money, we just amplified that happiness. And of course, it comes at a cost, because now your happiness, once you are happy and you're wealthy, there are people around you that you need to also make happy as a result of your wealth. And at some point, many of them, they end up becoming not so happy, because now they have to make everyone around them happy. So then let's say tomorrow you were to wake, like Michael was to wake up, having won the lottery, or perhaps your company might have gotten investors, and they gave you about hundreds of millions of dollars. How would you then wake up? Of course, you might say that I'm going to wake up, I'm still happy, still the same person, but with a lot of money. How would you then advise someone who's perhaps just won a lottery, just got in a job where they were happy without the job, but now they have a job. Now everyone wants them to give their money because now they have money. Now their happiness is sort of spread all around. How would you advise that person to continually become happy or even become more happy as a
Yeah.
result of the money that they now
I
have?
would say, I would say, for me, it's no. I got to a level where it doesn't really matter if I have money or not. I'm happy every day. I wake up, I'm happy every day. But if so, for the people that actually were lucky in getting the lottery or getting stuff, I would say because life is all about you, one of oneness, of what you're one of honest. You don't have to have a job that you hate. So if I get millions of dollars, I don't have to do the job anymore that I hate, but that I don't really like, and it's not me. It's I like it, but it's not me. But I would never leave that job until I know another job. Or I want to be an artist. I can be an artist because it doesn't matter if I after it's not about money. Then I can actually be an artist, a real artist. I can actually create because what I want to create, and I become an artist. For example, that's the easiest way if you like art or you like, because you need to express yourself in a job, even though it's not your job that you created for your own company. You express yourself and you get feedback from creation. I always come back to it. We are collective creator animal, right? And collective creator species. That's why we created Google and that. One person didn't create that. We all created that. So you need to create, you need to contribute. That's natural. That's human. You need to express yourself. Why do we think have all these wars? Because people, you got to be a chess player. You got to express yourself in one way or the other. That's why I keep talking, and you get me to talk because I know in the expression, it's important that I express myself. It's important to express yourself. Uh, in a job, you still get feedback, but if you just have money, what are you? You're just rich. That's it. I mean, oh, I don't care. I have my, yes, but you get bored. Every human gets bored just having everything. Because if what the thing is, like, you drive towards that. If it's a beautiful woman and I'm not attracted, I have 200 beautiful women with me, and there's another beautiful woman. I said, oh, I would like her too. But if I don't get it, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't drive you to do anything. It doesn't drive you to just go, oh, I really want to be with this woman, because you have 200 women that are beautiful. So you are completely numb. You don't even see the beauty of that one woman. You don't see the beauty that you have because you have so much. There's no, everything has a yin yang. Everything has a plus and minus. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you can
I
just,
mean,
yeah.
someone was telling me that, there's always a price to pay. If you choose to become poor, there's a price to pay. Are you going to
Mhm.
pay the price of being poor?
Yeah,
If you want to become rich, you're going to pay the price of becoming rich.
yeah.
So then I guess the choice now then lies with the person at hand. What do you choose? Do you choose to have a poverty mind, or do you choose to have a rich mind? And who knows, just by
I
merely
have
having
my
the
mind of
yeah,
offensive. I have my mind because
yeah,
I
yeah,
give $1 million to me and $1 million to you. We will not do the same thing because you need to do what fulfills you. There's people, there was a mathematician. He got like something like a piece, a high price in mathematics, and they gave him $100,000, and he says, no, I don't want it because there's nothing in the gaining. It's everything is from nothing. That's the way the pop. He didn't take the prize. So everybody needs to do. And I'm not saying he's stupid. No, he did what he liked. See, that's, I think, the big shift that we want to make, the upgrade of systems, to look that everybody is one on one. And there is not right or wrong, good or bad. And there's nothing I can tell you what you should do. You should do what makes you feel, and saying, if I give all this away, and if you don't have trust in life, you will never give $100,000 away. But if you have trust in life, you are really trusting life, and you say, I don't need that money. But I'm not saying money is bad. Money is beautiful. It's neutral. It's like a gun is neutral. What the people do with the gun is the thing. A gun is a beautiful thing. It's a thing. It's a knife. It's a beautiful thing. It cuts your food, whatever. But you can kill people. So there's a beauty in that you can be good or bad. There's a beauty to have a choice, and in that making that choice, I want to be, nice. I want to be. That's natural. When you're balanced, when you're not poor, when you're not in a stress situation of extremely rich, you can make balanced choices. You can say, okay, I see both things, and I can rationally think. But the rational thinking gets away when you're super stressed. When you get into the chess play of systems and you get super stressed, then you cannot think rationally anymore. You cannot enjoy the money that you got. Even if I give you $100 million, you cannot enjoy it. So what's the point? If what is the point for me to and perhaps I say, I would do, perhaps if it was me and I get money, I would say I want to do schools all over the world where people do what you and I do right now. Be vulnerable, talking to each other. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Because I would be the world would change tomorrow when people start to talk to each other.
Yeah. I'm planning on doing something similar to that. In my community, in my area, in my region.
Yeah.
Where we'll just have learners, have teachers just join us, for like a session every single week, where we just speak to the learners and also speak to the teachers, and just try to, because then most learners, it's not that most learners are having a difficulty with understanding a certain subject. Maybe most of them, they might not be understanding something because they don't connect with the teacher.
Exactly.
Having someone to become a mediator, having someone to connect, the learner and the teacher, in a way that the learner gets to connect with the mediator, and the teacher gets to connect with the mediator, and the mediator then gets to allow the teacher and the learner to connect at some level, because then I think like our schooling systems are very, I don't know, they're like, I wouldn't say they're old, but I'd say that they need a bit
outdated. They need to update. That they need us to update them. We need to update them to now, not for 40 years. Yeah.
And of course, if we keep on delaying the process of allowing teachers to heal, but some teachers they might not be enjoying the certain class that they are teaching, because of a certain injustice that the principal might have, I don't know, put upon them, because of certain rules that they need to abide by, because of certain limitations that they still need to resolve with themselves. And of course, learners, again, most of them might be coming from not financially well off families, might be coming from families that they have parents that have died, or their family members that have lost them, and now there's a lot of disconnect in their learning processes. You need someone who can understand how to connect those two people together, because at the end of the day, parents and teachers, parents and learners to school to be educated by the teachers. And me as a teacher, I need to connect with every single learner that I teach, so that what I'm teaching them gets to really, gets to be cemented in their minds, and they get to really connect with what I'm teaching them. So then I have a question for you around that. I mean, like you said, like our schooling system needs a lot of innovation, needs a lot of updating. What can someone like me, apart from what I'm going to do, how can someone like me, add on, to whatever is being done in the schooling system, or perhaps in the corporate culture. How can someone like me, who's an outsider, but then understands that there's something that is lacking, and
Yeah.
I feel like there's something that I can add to that system. How can someone like
Update.
me add
You can update every system. That's what inspiring does. Inspiring does updating people to not seeing people all white people or black people or man or woman or whatever. It says everybody's a one of one. And how can we do a system dynamic, a product, a service that every human can use, not just the top elitist, not the lowest, but how can we shift? And before it was all by groups, the man between 40 and 60, the woman that are not yet a woman, the pregnant woman. It's all segregated. But that ask your mom if every human woman that is pregnant feels the same. Some people that flush out a kid, it goes thing. Every experience is one of one. And when systems get that, then we can update them we can update them and say, the perception of generalization doesn't work anymore. That's why we're all suffering, because we all need to be a CEO. How is a CEO acting? How is a leader acting? No, it's just, that's not it. A leader keeps all the plates spinning. A leader doesn't choose just the green plates and let the red ones drop. That's a leader, and that's a team job. It's not an above job. It's a team job. You're part of a team, like the cook. You're leader. There's a cook. There is a guy that makes the bills, whatever. And you are one that is the most self-aware person that helps everybody to be the best. That's what a leader is. And so what absolutely, because you have such a human-centric strength, you can help update the thing. I'm going to send you a game that I developed with a very short game that you can play with that a team has developed, where people feel they're one of oneness, where they feel they're one of one. They're not the same. And it's so fun. And that's an in for you to actually say, listen, you experience just that. Because once I get to you to experience it, you are part of it. You like it, or you don't like it, but you have experienced it, and therefore you have a real good sense of if that's good for you or not. And we've created that,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like you can put it on a piece of paper. You don't need a computer, anything. You can just walk on the streets, in the jungle, anywhere, and just hand out that paper and say, hey, just play that. Just play it. It takes 5 minutes. It's a 5 minutes game.
Okay. I love games that most people say I need to play a game that challenges my mind, and I'm like,
Yeah,
why are you giving your
exactly.
mind such a hard
Yeah.
time?
Why not having fun? Why not having fun, right?
you know Most people always want to overthink certain stuff. Of course, once you reach a certain level of in life, you need to constantly update your mind with
Yeah.
what is going on in the world, and certain things might strain your mind, certain things might ease your mind. But I feel like we need to always not give our mind a hard time, because what if your mind crashes? That's the only resource that you have to
Yeah.
retain information. Now,
Yeah.
if you lose it because of certain things that you need to get through with, it's going to limit the life, I don't know, the journey that you're supposed to have. So then, yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. Perhaps I can send it to my friends, and perhaps it can ease their minds, because most of them work in corporates, most of them run their own businesses, and they're constantly in like stressed, and you can see that this person has a lot to accomplish in a day. And of course, I don't blame them. It's because of circumstances. It's because of what they have to accomplish on that day.
Mhm.
But then how can we ease their minds? Most of them have so much stress from family, so much stress from business, so much stress from the
Yeah.
workplace. As we speak right now, it is just nearing 6 o'clock in the evening. I'm in
Yeah.
South Africa. So most people are going to their families, they're going to their homes, they're connecting with their kids, they're connecting with their families. I mean, around the world, for a guy like myself who loves to do international business with, of course, with the help of, a guy called Bert Jennison, the founder of On Inspiring, who has been a really, valuable resource in my life, to be honest with you. I mean, I wouldn't be, having this conversation with you if it wasn't for a guy like, Bart, who connected me
Yeah.
with
Love
international
Bart.
leaders like yourself.
We
Yeah.
love Bart.
Yeah.
Bart
We love
Jensen.
Bart so much. Yeah, we love Bart so much, and I'm always telling him that, hey, Bart, I wish that God can give you, more years to come because guys like ourselves still have a lot to learn from you. And I was telling him that, hey, man, guys like myself are still going through certain stuff that you need to get through and done with, before we can really understand the significance of what you have built with inspiring.
Yeah.
That most of us have mountains that we still need to climb on before you can understand the significance of the work. So I'm
Mhm.
really excited to see what the following years are going to
Mhm.
look like. Working with Bart. So
Mhm.
yeah, I think we have really, dived deeper in this conversation, and I trust that everyone who was, with us in this conversation, they got to really, understand the importance of connecting with nature, the importance
Mhm.
of understanding oneself, and the importance of presenting oneself in the world as you are. There's no need
Mhm.
for you to chase that big paying job because you want to impress upon someone. You want to live a certain lifestyle that you don't even know about. Of course, you might dream of that, but be easy on yourself. Take it one day at a time.
Mhm.
You love the
Yeah.
process, enjoy the process, live in the process. Let the process be you. Who knows? It
And
might
be in the
take you
moment. Enjoy the moment. Because if
enjoy the moment. Yeah.
right, if you say, "Oh, I like the moment, but I want to have $1 million," then you say basically, the moment is not right. I need to get the $1 million to enjoy the moment, and that is completely selling yourself out. That is never gonna get you. That never gonna enjoy the money. Even if you get it, you're not gonna enjoy it. If you're not saying this is great, our talk is great, Hey, if tomorrow we get $1 million, we're happy. But if we don't, we're happy too. We can do moments like this all the time to be
Yeah,
happy.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Be happy, man. Love your
yeah,
life. There's a song that says, live your life. Live your life to the
yeah,
best and to the fullest. There's no need to understate what you
yeah,
can achieve, and there's no
yeah,
need to overstate what you can
yeah.
achieve. All you need to do is just be on that journey, and take it as it comes.
Yeah.
Opportunities are always going to be presented to people. Opportunities are
They
like,
will come. They will
and
come. I got my
they're
opportunity
always going
helping.
to be,
I
yeah,
got them my opportunity with you through Bart
yeah,
because I
yeah,
helped Bart. So
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So also be the best that you can be. So if
of
even if
course,
you're a janitor, you clean toilets. Don't be the
yeah,
best toilet cleaner in the world. Be
yeah,
you, the one that you can do the best. Be
yeah,
100% of you.
yeah,
Not
be
try to be
you,
the, yeah, be you. Be not the best of the world. I think it
be
was a
you,
great
yeah,
talk.
yeah, yeah. I'm not a poet, but I mean, if someone can create or write a poetry piece about or around, being you, being
Yeah,
yourself in the world, presenting yourself to the world as you are, no need to want to have, I mean, of course, living a lavish lifestyle, it's everyone's desire. We see them
yeah.
in movies, we meet them at some point when you go to town. We see those people driving lavish cars, and you're like, oh man, only if I can
Mhm,
just get in that car, only if I can just sit on that car and just,
mhm,
just drive around. But then you don't know what that person who's driving that car is going through. Maybe some of them are going through a divorce, and you, on the
mhm.
other hand, you're happily married. you have
Yeah.
kids, you have a paying job, everything is stable in your life. But then you wanna have that extra thing, you know. Of course, it's always, you know, good to have that extra thing to want to achieve, to have the constant strive to always, you know, want to lead a fulfilling life, and also in a life that, you know, is just, you know, it's just filled with things that you think might be important for you, but then live your life at the end of the day.
Yep. That's a beautiful world to to conclude this. Thank you. Thank you for letting me here be here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I love you. I love you, Michael. I love you so much, man. And I feel like there's a lot for me, a youngster like myself, to still learn from you.
Yeah.
And I wish that God can take care of you and give you more life, you know, give you more years to come. Who
Yeah.
knows? This show might, you know, become, a testimony in someone else's life that I got to listen to Michael, and by just listening to Michael speak, my life changed in so many directions. It was pulled in so many directions that I can't imagine that, you know, I would have, you know, be the person that I am today, you know, without the help of a guy like Michael. So I hope with that, and I wish that God can grant you more years to come and can grant us more time to have these episodes, make
Yeah.
them even
We
more
love
better.
those. We love those, right?
We love those, eh? We
Yeah.
live for those, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, Michael.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Uh,
That was good, huh?